Well, it looks like Trump has sided with the neo-Nazis, um, the white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan people that was in the rally in uh, 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 Charlottesville. And I was watching Viceland, and one of these white supremacists said he was okay with killing. Said that they won and they did a good job because none of them had got killed, and nobody that didn't deserve to die didn't die, and he was justifying that guy for running into those people and with their car. I'm like, wow, I can't understand any justification for driving your car intentionally into people. He was saying that he was driving down the road. Okay, I seen photos of the people going down the road. There was obviously a lot of them. There was other cars that was on the road that didn't run into the people. They, even if they was in the middle of the street, they let cars, um, through. But this guy, when the pictures I saw, he was going at a high speed, and that's why his front end got tore up, like it got tore up, or well, I don't know what end that was. They got tore up, but he had a piece of his car dragging. Yeah, because he was anyway. He's from what I can see in the video, he he was going at a very high speed. He went into the crowd. I saw people flying up and him coming to a stop when his car hit this other car, and that car hit another car and pushed that other car out in the road. Um, I saw people flying up to the air. People were landing on the cement, and it looked terrifying, horrible. You know that you could think that. And then for that guy that was doing, they were interviewing on Viceland. They were interviewing neo Nazis. Before the march and during it. And this guy, he pulls out all these weapons. And and they're talking about doing it again, and they might kill somebody. You know, um, I don't know what they will accomplish by murdering people. Um, I don't know what they accomplish by them saying one thing, but their actions are another. They have plenty of opportunity if they just want to exercise the free speech. You know what I'm saying? Because that night at the university, when they had those torches, they were exercising their free speech. Trump was saying, "Oh, they were so quiet. They were chanting disgusting stuff." You know, there was blood and bones, and you know, negative stuff about like Jews or whatever. They are very hateful. Um, Trump's, Trump. He comes from a Ku Klux Klan family. His father got arrested. I believe it was in the 20s. His father was not only a Ku Klux Klan guy, a pimp. He was also a thief. They were known for stealing all this money out of an armored truck, and all the money showed up in the where the Ku Klux Klan was spending that money. So so you know, for Trump to end up being a low life con, treasonous traitor, he comes from good stock of just despicable people, low down, trifling people that endorse hate. You know, his father was also a slumlord. It probably cost him more money being a slumlord than it would for him to keep the property up. And here this slumlord has a apartment building on 56th Street and 5th Avenue. The only people he can get in there to be happy to be in there is some Russian mafia people that are coming over there and spending so much money that they're even getting a visa to be there. Thanks to Trump. So, you know, Trump is not doing the American people a favor. You know, white America, Southern white America, they didn't build shit. They didn't know how to build shit. They went from the gutters of Europe to war. They never had to live off the land. They never had to understand the land. The only thing they had to understand was how to murder. You know, and that's what people do that you know, are in war all the time. The British came here, you know, and the French and the Spain came here, and they started wars here. They slaughtered, executed, mutilated, raped, gave diseases, stole people's land, stole the minerals, and it's, you know, you can look at modern day. Now Trump's talking about Venezuela's, South America, excuse my pronunciation. I'm not Spanish and I got a sinus problem. But anyway, that's either here or there. But I'm getting better, right? For our president of the United States not to be representing all the people of the United States and to find fault with people that want to stand up for our civil rights, people that don't want some neo-Nazis to come along with their murdering, destructive ideas, some white supremacists. I mean, we have a bunch of white Republicans in office. You know, Trump the Republicans got to look at all white, and they're not doing a good job. They're doing a horrible job. Trump is not a leader of the people, for the people. It's not acceptable. A young lady died because one of these neo-Nazi white supremacists decided to drive his car into a crowd of people at a very high speed and then back off and put it in reverse and go up the block like a damn fool. So it was his front end that was all flopping. With no regards of who was there or why they was there. He's only guided by hate. These are not a type of people that have the best interests in America. Because you can look at what the Republicans have done in the last 7 months since Trump's been in office. You know, they run their mouth, screaming and hollering, lock her up. Why Trump, his son-in-law, Manafort, and almost everybody, you know, that's affiliated with the Trump cabinet is having meetings with Russia, with Russian spies. There's the Russians all up in the White House. It's just crazy to think that our president of the United States can blame the victims. Doesn't recognize that 3 people have died over this incident of the weekend in Charlottesville. And it was because, and at the hand of neo-Nazi white supremacists. You know, we can't go around thinking that type of behavior, that type of violence, that type of anti-government, that type of, anti-diversity in human beings is correct. When their solution, these neo-Nazis, supremacists, whatever solution is to kill, they have a temper tantrum like they're only matured to 2. We don't need these type of people with an IQ less than 100. Because if their IQ is over 100, they will be able to have a thought, that, there are consequences for your actions. There are reasons why the United States is great, and has nothing to do with white supremacists, or whatever. You wouldn't have anything in this whole world if it wasn't for the people that white Europeans came over here and slaughtered and murdered. They slaughtered and murdered our livestock, our people, our culture, our way of life, living off the land in harmony, using the power of the sun. Yeah, we sounded real crazy and primitive back then, but we can use the power of the sun today. We call it solar energy. Using the power of air, we call it wind energy. Using the power of water, hydro energy. The only type of thing they know how to do is destroy and murder. And that Heather lady sounded like a lovely lady. That Heather Hayes sounded like a lovely lady. I just can't believe that we have a president of the United States that is not taking the security of the United States, is not taking his inaugurating oath. He's supposed to protect us from terrorists, from foreign and homegrown. And the Ku Klux Klan and these white nationalists are terrorists. They murdered somebody, and he did it intentionally. No second-degree murder. That was premeditated murder. He got in that car. He decided to drive at a very fast speed into a crowd of people that were walking, pedestrians. That car was a weapon, just as much as the guns those neo-Nazi white supremacists carried.